Most advice about starting a digital product business in 2025 will tell you to sell $3 planners and hope someone randomly buys them. But that's exactly how you stay broke. I stopped following the usual advice and built a business that now brings in over $2,000 every month without ever showing my face. And if I had to start from scratch today, here's exactly what I do. So let's talk about why this business model actually works for making money. For starters, once you create a digital product, you can sell it an infinite amount of times, and you get to keep most of the profit you make, around 90 to 95% most of the times. And finally, you don't have to deal with any shipping or overhead costs like you would with physical products and other businesses. When I made my first sale with digital products, I remember it was a $25 sale, and I got to keep about $24 of that. Now, when you compare that to months of affiliate marketing before that, when I got to keep around 10 to 15% of any given offer, it was a huge bump, because 10 sales that I made this way were about the same as one sale with digital products, and that's the real benefit. The thing you need to understand is the internet is drowning in useless digital products. You're not trying to add to that pile. What you're doing here is identifying problems that people actively want to spend money on and positioning yourself as the best solution to solving those problems. It isn't about selling daily planners or competing with thousands of others who are doing the same thing. This is about creating something that solves a real problem and building a legitimate business around it. Now, let's talk about finding profitable opportunities for your digital product. So this is basically what we call a niche, and a niche is something you specialize in, whatever that area may be. It can be things like gardening or fitness, but you just need to make sure it's specific. It can't be too general, because these days the markets are filled, and with huge niches like dating or health, they're all mostly saturated. So you need to choose something a bit more specific, like, I don't know, helping men over 50 lose weight, or something like that. I'm just gonna run you through the 3-pillar validation system that I use to validate any given niche to make sure it's profitable and it's actually worth doing. So step number 1 is you need to find a clear problem with the market gap. And that's basically any problem in any niche that isn't being covered by like a huge competition, right? There is room for someone else. For you, you can go on YouTube and you can search like whatever your niche is. It may be like fitness or whatever, and then you can just go through a bunch of different channels. You just need to make sure that there aren't many channels in your given niche. Now let's say 5 to 10 maximum. As you can see here, of course, fitness, it's a huge niche and there are many people doing it, so no, it's too competitive and you can't focus on that. The second important thing is you need to make sure there is real demand for it. So there need to be some people who will actually pay money to have this problem solved for them, or a lot of people that are interested in having this problem solved. And the third thing, and this is very important, you need to make sure that you can actually solve the problem. It needs to be within your capabilities. So don't choose something like people looking to buy airplanes, unless of course you specialize in selling airplanes. To find something like this, I suggest you just think about a problem or a transformation you've gone through yourself. Something that you did and you struggled with. Maybe you're good at creating PowerPoint presentation or flyers or whatever it is. Okay, let's get to creating your actual digital product. So there are many types of digital products, whether that's ebooks, courses, templates, sometimes even software, whatever it is. But if you're just getting started, I suggest you do something simple, something that's relatively easy and you can create it fast. So think ebooks, templates, or short guides. Today, I'll walk you through creating a simple ebook. A super important thing about creating your product is you need to be thinking about other people's problems and then centering that product around the solution for those specific problems, right? Because if someone has a problem that it's important to them, and you can center your offer and make it around that problem, then you can provide value by solving it, and only then will your offer sell. If your offer is like a random idea that you have that you think might be helpful, then it won't work probably. Now let's get started with actually creating that product. So the first thing you're going to do is search Canva ebook designer, and you're going to click on this page right here, and then you're just going to go on start designing an ebook. Once that's done, it'll lead you right here to this page, and you can just click on design and find something you like. For example, let's search for digital products right here and just choose one, whichever you like. Let's say this one right here. And then you can just add a page and it'll match the style of this one, as you can see. Then you can go to text and you can add a heading. Let's say choosing a niche. Just make sure it fits on your page. And once that's done, you can just add like a body of text, and here you can start writing whatever you like. Now, how do we actually get content in the ebook, right? What do we write? So I suggest you go to chatgpt.com and you type something like, and it'll just start writing. You can just look at that and you can use it as an outline with your own writing. And then when you have the outline, you can just make it into full text like this. And then once you've copied all that, you will have copied it into Canva, of course. Then you can just edit it and make sure it's all correct information, it all works accordingly. So here's an example of a really good ebook, right? It's already done and you have a good niche. You have finance basics for young women, which is specific, it solves a problem, it works, right? And you basically have a table of contents here that's just what's in the ebook. And you have this part, you don't have to add this about the authors. You have the introduction and then you just get into the content, and they do this page after page, adding some simple images, graphics, and that's really all you need to do. Once you're done with it, you have your finished product. You just click on File, Download, and you have to choose your PDF standard here. If you haven't, make sure it says pages 1 to whatever your final page is, and you just click on Download. And once this is done, you can just save your ebook to wherever. Okay, so now that we have our finished ebook, let's talk about where we're actually going to sell it. Now, you could use Etsy or Gumroad or any of those types of websites, but instead I suggest you use your own platform, your own website or your own sales page, because when you use Etsy and Gumroad, you'll have hundreds or not even thousands of others you'll have to compete with. And just on the same page, it becomes extremely difficult to even become noticeable, let alone win amongst all those products. But when you have your own platform, your own product is the only one there is. So your product is the only product there is, and you don't have to compete with anyone at all. And another thing is, you don't have to pay commissions to anybody, because when you're doing it on Etsy, I believe they take like 10% or something like that. But I know they take like commissions from every one of your sales, and that adds up quickly when you're actually making money. Let's get to creating that sales page. So the first thing you need to do is you just Google System.io right here. Then you can get a free account. You don't need to put in a credit card or anything. Just create a free account. All you need is an email address, and that's it. When you've created your account, this is the first thing you'll see, and this is your main dashboard. Here you can track your leads and later on sales. The first thing we want to do right now is click on Sites and head over to Sales Funnels. Then you want to create a new one. You want to name it whatever you liked. Let's say productized 1. And you can use this domain for now, unless you have a paid one, and in which case you can connect it in the settings. So you just select this sales option and you choose your currency, whatever it is, and you click on save. Then you can open your sales page and you'll have an order form. This is where people usually enter their credit card info and name, and a thank you page where they go after making the purchase. You'll also want to add a sales page. That's where you'll originally send them, and you just say that. Once that's done, you put it up top like so, and you need to select a template. Whichever one you like is fine. I like this one, so I'm gonna go with it. I select it, and then I choose one for the order form as well. Just choose whichever ones you like. It doesn't really matter at this point, it's just a style preference. Then you want to go to your order form and you want to choose digital product, and here you just want to click on the plus button to create a new one, and you name it whatever it is you want to name it. And now I have to connect to payment processor. This is basically how you get paid and how people will send you money. You just click here to connect to a payment gateway and you choose one, whichever one you like. You can use Stripe or PayPal. Now I'm not going to teach you how to set one up, but it's pretty straightforward. You just download the app and put in your info, and then you can just click on connect right here, and you can enter your email address and continue with the setup. Once the payment processor has been connected, you can just come back here, and you basically just add a price plan by clicking on this plus, selecting one-time payment, and you just create a new price plan here. Then you can name it, usually naming it the same as your product. On both of these can be the same, and this is just a bank statement descriptor. This is what will be written in the receipt and bank orders from your buyers. Here you can say something like course or whatever you want. Then you'll go here and you'll define the payment amount, let's say 20, and you can just save that. Save here, and it's all set up now. Once you've done that and the payment processor is connected, you can just go here back to your sales page. You can click on edit page, and right now you can do whatever you want here. You can just edit text, you can change colors, you can change the font size. An important thing is you need to click on your button here and you need to replace this URL. So this is basically connecting your sales and your order page. You'll just go here and you'll click this. You'll copy this link, you'll go back to your sales page, edit it, and paste in that URL. Do that for every button on the page, and once you're done, just click save page, and that's it. You can add your logo here, you can add images or whatever you want. Just play around with these right here as you like. And once you've edited your page, you can just view it like so, and now everything will be working. You can click this button and it'll take you to your order page where you can set your payment info and all of that, and then that will automatically take you to your thank you page later on. Finally, you'll just have to choose a thank you page. You will automatically get routed from the order page to the thank you page once it's connected, like we have done now. Of course, you can edit your order and your thank you however you like. You can change the text into whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But this is basically how they download your product. You click on a button, or if you don't have one, you just add one right here. And you go to, instead of submit form, you say download file. And you just click on this, and then you can click to upload that ebook from before. You just wait for it to upload. Once that's done, you click insert, and then when they click this button, they will automatically download the product. Like I said before, once they order, once they make their payment, they will be rerouted automatically to this page. You don't have to do anything for that. So just click here, click this page, and you can write whatever you want. You can say download, you can stylize it a bit, change the font, you can change button width, whatever you want. And then once they see this page, they can just click download here, and your buyers get full access to your ebook, just like that. Just by doing this system, you get to keep over 90% of your profits, and not only that, but you get full control over your customer experience, meaning you can get the absolute best sales pages, order forms, and everything to maximize your conversions, which is the percentage of people who actually buy your product. Now, let's talk about how you'll actually market these products, because however good your product may be, you still need to let people know that it exists, what you're actually selling. I believe the best platform for marketing is YouTube, because you can make loads of free content, you can teach people and you can give them a lot of value, and then when it's time to actually make sales, you have a trusting audience. So why video content? I highly recommend video content because it's the most effective way to build trust and demonstrate your expertise in any niche, right, in any given area. What I suggest you do, what I would do, is basically make educational content around the problem your product solves and align all your content to that one problem. For example, if you sell a resume templates, you'd make content about getting jobs and employment, and if you sell a business guide, you'd give free business advice. So how do you start making this type of content? Well, you first need to come up with the content topic, and that can be a common question in your niche, or a step-by-step tutorial, or a mistake people often make, and you can always take inspiration from your competitors if you're stuck. So if you were in the fitness niche, you Google like a common word, and then you just look at what other people were doing, right? You check out your competition, like so, people making videos on this, and you just head over to their channel and you check out what they're doing, right? Their videos. Now obviously don't copy what other people are doing exactly, but you can take some inspiration for sure. As for faceless content creation, just think screen recordings of you showing the processes, voiceovers with graphics and stock footage. Basically, when people see that your free content is good and it's helping them, they find value in it, they'll think your paid content must be even more valuable, even better. Finally, the thing that cost me the most time, that cost me months and months, is I thought I needed to be perfect before even starting with this. The truth is, you just need to be helpful and solve real problems. Your first product will be far from perfect, but you'll improve as you go and you'll make something worthwhile in the end. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll be sure to answer it.